someone say nostalgia?
Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Whether it's toys, cartoons, games, culture, music, movies, icons, the 80s or 90s era, this show will take you back to the good old days.
What we're gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
Because there's nothing like nostalgia. Now, let's travel back in time with your host, Milo Martin.
What's going on, YouTube, podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you're streaming from. What is going on? It's Milo Martin here from Nothing Like Nostalgia. Man, it's been a while. As you can see, there's going to be a Car Chronicle episode. It's been about 3 or 4 months since I put out an episode.
What?
Podcast episode. And
What?
yeah, I've been trying to figure things out, with life, running this business, personal relationships, like business relationships, my mental, which is probably one of the biggest things that I've been facing for the past few months. So, just trying to figure out like where I want to go, how I want to do it. It's been a lot. I know I told you I was going to bring you for season 2 a lot of new nostalgic goodies.
What?
Other than like toys and comics and stuff like that.
What?
Let's do a recap on what I said I was going to bring you. I'm literally going to put it right here. Bringing guests on this season. Live discussions on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Some of these things too. More of this stuff here. More or less of this stuff, if I can find it. I said I was going to bring you quite a few things, and that I was going to give you anywhere from 5 to 15 minute podcast. So this is kind of just an intermittent episode because I never finished actually part 2 of my wrestling wrestling series. I did a part 1 right when Scott Hall passed away, and I never finished part 2 of my wrestling my wrestling podcast. So this is kind of like an intermittent, like where I've been, what I've been doing. I've been lifing it. I've been here lifing it. I've been trying to figure it out. It's complicated. It's not even that that it's complicated. When you're trying to juggle a lot of things, and that's when I work my best, is when my back is against the wall like that. But lately I've just been dealing with my own like mental and inner battles with myself, amongst myself, and it's been kind of tough just to put out content, be consistent. And for that, YouTube and all my social media platform, but this is going on YouTube, Spotify, Podcast World. I do apologize. I've been dealing with a lot of like my own mental health. So it's been kind of hard to, for me to put out podcasts when my mental isn't there. Not that it's not here, but mentally I'm just in a different aspect. Trying to figure out life. Like at the age of I had a birthday that just passed, so yay me, 35 years old.
What?
I had a birthday that just passed, and I was just like, man, what's next? And sometimes the best thing to do is just get out of our own heads. Like, we're doing as much as we can. At least I am. I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but people are doing as much as we can. People are very underrated. Like, people literally work, live, and survive, and we're doing as much as we can to actually survive and make our mark in this world, right? So, with Nothing Like Nostalgia, I wanted it to be more than just toys, comics. That's my stuff, and I apologize for all the audience that's tired of seeing that, because I've been selfishly posting on my behalf. That's what I like, but I love like nostalgia in general, just the feelings it brings back. It doesn't matter if it's like sports, food, it doesn't matter any of that. Like, nostalgia is nostalgia, whatever it is to you. For a 20-year-old, something nostalgic to them might be something that happened in 2005. To me, that's not too nostalgic because I was already 18, 19 at the time. But it's still nostalgic, but that might be just more nostalgic to them. And it's everything, man. It's stores, it's food, it's schools, it's everything. It's nostalgia is everything. So I just want it to be bigger than just toys. And I love toys. Listen, toys. I'm a nerd. I love the toys. Let me stop saying toys. What? You know what? It's toys. I like the toys, the action figures, the comics, the video games, the gaming systems. Like, I love all of that. Like, that's me. That's what I love. Film, like, you know, that's why the logo says toys, culture, film, and more. You know, because that's what I love. You know, that's nostalgia to me, and I'm gonna keep on posting those type of posts as well. But I'm gonna give you more diverse content. Sports, restaurants, just things of that nature, you know, anything and everything nostalgia, cars, motorcycle, like, you know, whatever it is, you know, like, I'm gonna be bringing on guests to talk about things that I'm not particularly familiar with. So, you know, you're gonna see a lot more guests, you're gonna see a lot more podcasts. Again, I do apologize, I've just been, you know, just lifing it, trying to figure it out. So, with that being said, this is, like I said, this has been like the intermittent podcast episode. It's been like 3 or 4 months since I've hit you guys with anything, any type of podcast. Like, you know, and I've been posting saying like, hey, I'm gonna bring you one this week. I'm bringing you one this week. What? I've done that a few times in the past 3 months, a handful of times, and I'm sorry I didn't deliver. You know, mentally I thought I was ready and prepared. You know, and it's just me battling myself with myself. I'm only trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. I'm not trying to compete with anybody out there doing anything. I did that in the past, and thank God that I'm over that. Like, I'm only trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. There's no competition for me. I am my own biggest competition. So when I feel like I'm ready, you know, I will put stuff out. And that's why, like, you know, like, and that kind of like bothered me, because I'm like, man, I need to be putting out content. I need to be putting out videos, because there's other pages like this, there's other channels like this doing the same thing, and I'm just like, you take your time, and you know, it's the devil and the angel. It's just like, no, put it out. It's just like, bro, you put it out when you're good and ready. So I'm ready. It's been like 4 months, man. It's literally been 4 months. I looked at my last video on YouTube, and I think it said 3 months ago, but it's very close to 4 months at this point. What? Because they took down my other video with Scott Hall, WWE. What? Nonetheless, I get it though. They took down that video for licensing purposes and stuff like that. What? All good. I'm not worried. But holla at me, WWE. Holla at me. What? Nonetheless, I'm back. I'm gonna be putting out more podcasts. Weekly podcasts. I was striving for daily, but we'll see how that works towards the end of the year. For now, it's going to be weekly. I'm for sure I'm going to bring you at least one podcast a week, maybe 2, but for sure 1. And then we'll go from there. You know, I think I'm just ready to kind of just mentally jump back in and pick up where I left off and just do better and be better. So with that being said, I'm Milo Martin, man. I thank you, all of you guys, for staying with me on this podcast, on my journey with Nothing Like Nostalgia. I want this to be a household name across the globe. You know, the nostalgia plays a factor in everybody. Yo, so I didn't even realize it. It was so freaking hot. I'm in Florida. It said it was 99 degrees on my dashboard. It's so hot that my phone overheated, and it was only on there for like close to 8 minutes. That's how quickly it overheated. But nonetheless, I'm picking up where I left off. I was closing out anyways. Thank you guys for everyone who has truly stayed and supported and taken this journey along with me. It's going to be a long journey. It's not something I'm giving up on. And it's going to be a great journey. So stick with it. Tell your friends, tell your family. You know, I'll be doing a lot more, like I said, a lot more podcasts, a lot more being active on all platforms. So again, just thank you to everyone who's stayed with me, tuned in, subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate it. And I am going to see you on the next episode, which will be the second part of the wrestling episode that I never finished 4 months ago. By the way, I'm in a car wash now. Everything's cooled off now. I don't know if you see all the cool stuff. But yeah, it was freaking 99 degrees and
What?
all over here.
What?
It's crazy. And now it's about to rain. It's Florida. It's the craziest thing. It's literally about to rain too.
What?
Anyways, nonetheless, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Milo Martin here with Nothing Like Nostalgia. I love all of you. Thank you for sticking with me, and I've been fighting my own battles. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, show some love and share it on your social media. To catch the latest nostalgic vibes, click on the subscribe button on YouTube. Give us a follow on Instagram, nothing.like.nostalgia, and follow us on Spotify at Nothing Like Nostalgia. Thanks again. See you on the next episode. And keep those nostalgic feels flowing.